7 albums, multiple Grammys, childhood dream right now, sitting in front of Nelly.
Oh,
How you
get outta
doing
here.
tonight?
Thank you, sweetheart. I'm good. How about yourself?
I am stoked. I've seen you 4 times now.
Oh, okay.
You have not disappointed.
Oh, man, thank you.
Are you going to make it 5 for me?
I'm going for it.
Nice.
I'm shooting.
Good. It's been 16 years that you have been making music for us. A lot has changed in 16 years, and you've seen it all, and you've been at the top for most of it.
Yeah, man.
What do you think is great about the way that this landscape has evolved, and what do you maybe wish was a bit different?
I mean, I don't wish anything was different, first and foremost. You know, that's you're lucky if you get 16, 17 years in this business. And if you do, then that means you've had a career, and a career means ups and downs. And,
Yeah.
you know, you can't have a career without having, you know, the great with the not so great. So if you're lucky to have that, then, I mean, you know, cherish the experience and try your best to learn as much from it and see if you can get another 15 years.
Amazing. What do you think you've taken out of the lows that maybe you've really learned from that you would pass on to other artists that are starting out?
You know, when you're in something like music, because it emulates somewhat of a life pattern,
Yeah.
you know, what you try to do is learn from certain mistakes maybe, or learn from certain things you would do different.
Totally.
And, take advantage of certain things maybe a little bit more, and maybe less advantage of other things.
Yeah.
You know, may there be people around you, or maybe switch your circle up. You just learn a lot. You know,
Totally.
I'm just the type of person, I try to pay attention to all my surroundings.
Good. What kind of people do you like to have around you?
Positive.
Good.
All positive. You know, nobody's perfect. We
Nope.
all make mistakes, and you just want people that want to be better. Because
Amazing.
if they want to be better, if they want to better themselves, then that's only going to better you.
Amazing. In my studio, when I host my show, I have the word joy written
Yeah.
in a frame. And every time I go on air, every time my producer's telling me 3, 2, 1, I look at it and I go, joy.
Yeah.
What would the word be over your career, would you say? Or your life?
You know what? Again, I would use the word, and it's just positive.
Great.
You just got to stay positive. You know, negative people, negative is below 0.
Yeah.
You know, and I tell people that all the time. So if you keep negativity around you, you can never be positive. You know what I'm saying? And you just got to excuse the negativity from around you. And if that means you have to hurt a few feelings, then, you know, I'm hurting feelings to be positive.
Yeah, but that's a scary thing to do.
You know, if there is such a thing.
Because you're an entertainer, so by your
Right.
nature, you want to get out there, you want to make people happy, you want to please people and be friends with
Well,
people.
you know what? I found out that it's only 24 hours in a day, man.
Yeah.
You got to sleep sometime. And the more time you spend on negative, the less time you spend on positive. So I try to spend more time on positive and try to change the things that you can, and try to learn from the things that you can't change, and try to, you know, make amends for those who you hurt along the way, and, you know, everything will be cool.
Great. Weird question, but you just said it and I want to go there.
Yeah.
What does Nelly do before he goes to bed? Are you flicking through Instagram, or are you...
Before I go to bed, ain't no telling.
Oh,
Ain't no
shit.
telling. Ain't no
Now
telling.
I really want to know.
Yeah,
Now my
yeah.
mind is going places I didn't
There's
want
no
it to
telling.
go.
There's no telling.
Okay, I
You know what I'm
respect that.
saying?
A man's got to have his secrets, Nelly.
Well, it's not really a secret. It's just I don't know. Every night is different. Hopefully, you know.
Hopefully.
There's no ritual. There's no ritual like I slip in the PJs or nothing like that.
I imagine
know.
that you would have silk ones with
No.
just a big N on there.
No, I just sleep naked.
Ooh. I'm just going to need a moment.
Okay.
Okay. I'm happy to move on now.
Okay.
You've seen a lot. You've seen a lot of acts come and go, I imagine, in your time.
Yeah.
Who are you looking around in the scene right now, whether it's hip-hop, whether it's R&B, whether it's, I don't know, opera, whatever you're into?
All right.
Who are some acts that you're thinking, yeah, I like what they're doing?
Oh man, I love the grand scheme of things right now. I'm a positive person, so I'm never one of those the state of music sucks. You know,
Yeah,
it's
good.
just like, no, that's terrible, because every generation thinks that their generation of music is the best.
Yeah.
I've yet to meet. You ask somebody who grew up in the 70s, their music was the greatest. You ask somebody who grew up in the 60s, their music, 80s, their music, 90s, their music. I remember when I first came out, you know, everybody didn't look at country grammar like they do now, and they say it's a classic. Well, that really wasn't the verdict when I first came out. Nobody was yelling country grammar was a classic because all the kids loved it. And, you know, there was a group of people that didn't take too kindly to it at the time. But, you know, again, fortunate enough to have a career, you get a chance to look back and you see the type of momentum you had and the type
Yeah.
of influence that you had in the game. You know what I
Totally.
mean? And you understand that, you know, what you're doing is somebody's listening.
Yeah. I think that's such an exciting thing, though, about the music industry we're seeing now is that no one really classifies themselves as a fan or even as someone who's making music as one genre.
Well, it's totally different.
It's
you know,
cool.
It's just different.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. I say, yo, don't be mad because music is different. And what we also tend to do is we hold on to certain memories where we didn't have responsibilities. And I say that to say, like, everybody, you know, their best album is usually when they're in high school. If you ask anybody, when was your favorite album? It's usually they like it when they were in high school or they were in college or something around those areas because they're free. You know, when you start having responsibilities and children, and, you know, music is a luxury.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you're young, music is a necessity.
Yeah.
When you get older, it's a luxury. You're lucky if you can get out and buy CDs or download. Or, well, not buy CDs. I just dated myself. But download. You know what I'm saying? If you
the
can
real
download
music
or
nerds
whatever.
are still buying physical CDs.
Yeah, of course, of course.
It's a great point because when I think country grammar, I think 8th grade, and I had a crush on this guy called Ian Ignacio.
See what I'm saying?
And he didn't give me jack.
Damn it. Look now, Ian.
No, Ian's doing all right for himself.
Yeah.
He's okay.
I don't know.
Where are you, Ian?
Where are
I'm with
you?
Nelly.
Yeah.
Great. I want to talk about sampling.
Okay.
I know you've done some sampling, of course. Recently you had The Fix, and you brought a classic, sexy song to a new generation of young people who probably don't know who the hell Marvin Gaye is.
Yeah.
Do you think people that we say taking the piss in Australia, like they've gone too far with it now? This year I'm looking around and there's so much sampling going on. Do you think it's a good thing?
Well, that's how hip hop started.
Yeah,
Sampling.
you've made a good point.
That's how hip hop started. Sampling. It's playing the break beat. It's playing the loop. And if you look at all the Chronic album, it's all sampling.
Yeah.
Every song. That whole Death Row era was a bunch of sampling. And that's just what it is. It's only 8 chords on a piano, people. There's not a chord you can play. There's not a note you can play. There's not a word you can sing that hasn't been sung. So, you know, it's just one of those situations where that's what life is. It's a total recycle.
Great.
And that's what we're doing is in music, and that's basically what they're doing in movies, entertainment. It's just recycling.
I love it.
You just upgrade it.
And as a visionary, as an artist yourself, where do you see? What do you think is next for this industry, for the way people are creating music? What do you hope is next?
Well, what I'm hoping is that Nelly gets another 15, 16 years.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
you know, and fortunately enough, the time that I have had has been amazing. You know what I'm saying? And when you get a chance to continuously create things that your fans love, and now where I'm at in my career, if I can grab new fans, that's the best part. You know, when you can pick up new fans, or somebody comes in and they tell you, yo, Nelly, I'm a huge fan, and they're like 16, 17 years old, you like, all right then, I'm doing something. And you know, when you have kids, because I have kids, so, you know, I think just being cool to your kids, sometimes it works.
Awesome.
You know, that's the best thing.
And what kind of music passion or legacy do you want to pass on to your kids? That's my last question.
Well, it's already passing. My nephew, he's in a group called JGE, and my daughter, she sings. My niece, she's not into the music thing. You know what I'm saying? And my son, he's a football fanatic, American football fanatic. And, you know, you get a chance to check my kids out. If you ever see Nellyville, a show about me and my family, you get to check that out. And, you know, we're coming back, so you get a chance to see Nelly the dad a little bit more.
I love it. Nelly, with an attitude like that, I know that you're going to have another 15 years, and I hope I'm
so,
still around to be spinning your records on my show. Thank you so much for making time and coming to Australia.
Of
and he
course.
even went to Darwin.
You see that?
Most artists are like, oh, do Sydney, Brisbane,
Darwin
Melbourne.
was off the chain.
Yep.
Shout out to Darwin. They did their thing out there. They did their thing. They showed up and showed out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Darwin. I can't do a shout out and sound cool like you.
Oh,
like,
okay.
cool, Darwin. Good on you guys.